CBS4's Jim DeFede is with us now. And Jim, did either of the candidates do himself any favors last night?
They both fired up their bases. I think that's pretty clear. The main thing in a debate like this is you don't want to make any real errors, and neither candidate made an error. They went out there, they both had a strategy. Clearly, Gillum's strategy was to try to present a positive image, introduce himself to the folks, take a few jabs at DeSantis. Ron DeSantis went in a lot more aggressive, I thought. He was really going after Gillum, bringing up the murder rate in Tallahassee, talking about the FBI investigation, and constantly reminding voters or saying to voters, he will raise your taxes.
And Gillum also tried tying DeSantis to President Trump, but that was actually a huge asset for him during the primaries for DeSantis.
Right.
Is that going to be an effective strategy going into the midterms?
You know, Donald Trump is a two-edged sword. He can help you in 1 minute and hurt you in another. You know, Ron DeSantis is the Republican nominee because the president got behind him, sent out early tweets, conservatives rallied around him, a lot of money from around the country came into Ron DeSantis and propelled him to that victory. Donald Trump is a little bit trickier equation when you start talking about a general election, which is why you've seen Ron DeSantis having such trouble answering a question about whether or not the president is a role model. Suddenly he's pivoting to the Israeli embassy, you know, in Jerusalem. So it's a really tough spot for him to be in. But look, at this point, he's married to the president. The president is going to be down here campaigning. We fully expect that at some point. So, you know, that cake's already been baked.
Now, DeSantis really struck hard trying to paint Gillum as a corrupt politician who is under this cloud of an FBI investigation. You think that was effective?
I think, look, again, I go back to the idea that this was about generating, you know, movement within your base, trying to get your people fired up. I think that's what both candidates did. In terms of that undecided vote, if he can create a little bit of a cloud around Andrew Gillum, raise some questions, that can help. But I don't think the way that Ron DeSantis did at the end of the day works. Yelling at him over and over again, who paid for the Hamilton tickets, you know, one thing or another, because I think Gillum hit back with that line about, you know, I realize you don't think people like me, you know, work hard. And that was the first time that race was clearly injected into it. And I thought it was a powerful moment on behalf of Gillum. The other thing that absolutely shocked me about this debate that we haven't talked about yet, these two men had never met before.
Right.
They met for the first time on the debate stage. That tells you something about the state of our politics today, that two figures who have been fairly prominent in Florida for a while have never crossed paths. Why? Because one comes from the liberal side of the party, of the Democratic Party, and the other is the more conservative side. And it just shows that neither party really works together or talks across party lines.
So no major gaps, but did we actually learn anything new from either of them in this debate? And do you think the next debate going forward is going to have some sort of a different strategy?
You know, I don't know that debates are really intended to bring out new ideas or new positions. It's just, again, to try and reinforce the view that you want to project for yourself, as at the same time trying to cut down your opponent. I think each candidate did that. I don't know that there was a lot of in-depth policy decisions being made here in terms of water quality or issues like that. I think that in general, like I said, I think they both did themselves well. There's one more debate. I'll give them both credit. At least they're debating. The candidates for the United States Senate are not debating, and I think more of the blame on that actually goes to Senator Bill Nelson for not agreeing to a later debate. You know, well, you know, that to me is, it's just shocking to me that we are not going to have a statewide English language debate between two candidates for the United States Senate.
That's the case in some of the congressional races too.
That too, yes.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. And those two candidates will have another shot at it. The next debate is scheduled for Wednesday, October the 24th. It'll be here in South Florida at Broward College, and you can see it right here on CBS 4 at 7 p.m. It's the second and last scheduled debate between the two men. And once again, for everything you need to know in campaign 2018, just go to our website, cbsmiami.com/election guide.